Hi everybody, I'm Rook, and welcome to Does This Beat Moth? A mini-series I'm doing while we wind down the reign of the Moth meta and wait for the new structure decks to come out. So I'm just pitting all sorts of decks against the Moth deck. Some decks that you might not have even seen in a while. I'm playing Enchanting Fitting Room today against Tetra's Warrior-Moth, a successful Warrior-Moth deck that got Tetra second place in Cursive's recent tournament. But I'm playing the Enchanting Fitting Room deck, so the goal of this deck is to play Enchanting Fitting Room and get a bunch of normal monsters out and rush down your opponent super fast. I also have Order to Charge, which is a good card to use against Moth, but as you can see, it really relies on getting Enchanting Fitting Room in the opening hand, and I did not get that. So I had a Windstorm of Ataqua and a Forceful Checkpoint that I'm going to set to start. Forceful Checkpoint is a really good card against Moth, and there it goes. We got a Night Beam from Tetra, but Forceful Checkpoint will work because Tetra usually has like a Moth in his hand or some big brick in his hand. The Forceful Checkpoint can negate an attack if there is a monster in your opponent's hand, and it would ditch that monster to the grave, which is very crippling for the Moth deck. But got Night Beamed by Tetra, so now Tetra going on with his turn. But as you can see in my hand, I have Dragon Zombie, Eradicating Aerosol, and Order to Charge. So I do run the Hidden Parasite with this deck. It's pretty much a no-brainer, as there's no real good skill that synergizes with the Enchanting Fitting Room. But Dragon Zombie on its own is not that strong. Order to Charge would be good to kind of take out some big monsters, but as you can see, Tetra's got a board presence here as he's flipping up Command Knight, which is at 1600, and am I going to Windstorm that? No, I am not sweating yet, so I'm going to take that damage, and I'm going to go, and there's no Enchanting Fitting Room, so now there's Armored Zombie, that's base attack 1500, another normal monster, and Dragon Zombie at 1600 attack, normal monster. So these cards are not, I really do not have the momentum right now. It may make sense to Hidden Parasite, Bug Spray that Command Knight. We can assume that that other set is a Man-Eater Bug, unless he does have a second Command Knight. But I'm going to Hidden Parasite and Bug Spray down that Command Knight just to kind of clear the board and maintain any sort of momentum maybe I can get back here, and it involves him not having a strong board. So I'm going to battle phase. I got the Armored Zombie out there because it's okay if Armored Zombie dies. I'd really want to hang on to Dragon Zombie if that's a Man-Eater Bug flip. And okay, quick effect Parasite Paranoid coming on the Armored Zombie. So that's the risk I run by playing a normal monster right out there in attack mode, is that if he's got Parasite, then there's the equip bait. So he's equipped Parasite to it, and I cannot attack, and I had to pass to Tetra, and now he has the chance to activate Cocoon of Ultra Evolution if he wants to tribute my Armored Zombie with Parasite Paranoid equipped to it in order to special summon the Moth from his deck. And if he has a Moth in his hand, Parasite's effect allows it to special summon from the hand too, and there's the double Moth. So not looking too good here. I can save my skin because he did put them both in attack mode, and I have the Windstorm of Ataqua, so that buys me one more turn, really, and there's a Sonic Duck. So those are the three big normal monsters that I'm trying to get out with Enchanting Fitting Room right now, is Sonic Duck, Dragon Zombie, and Armored Zombie. But I did not get the Fitting Room. Order to Charge won't save me. I could take out one Moth, so I'm going to end it there. Here's the full deck here. We have 3 Duck, 3 Dragon Zombie, 2 more Armored Zombie, and then there's the Fitting Room, Order to Charge, and the rest of the spells and traps. And for sides, I have more Forceful Checkpoints, Windstorm, maybe another Bug Spray if I want to run 3, but I decided not to set anything. I want to see what's going to happen here. And going into game 2, Tetra's going to start with a T-set 2 back row actually, and I have the card in my hand that I want. I'm going to activate the Enchanting Fitting Room. I have to pay 800 life points to activate this, but I get to mill or excavate the top 4 cards in my deck, special summon any 3-star or lower monsters. So that's the gimmick, right, is that all of the normal monsters here are 3 stars. So I shuffled the rest back in my deck. I got Sonic Duck and Dragon Zombie out, and I have a Sonic Duck in my hand. So Sonic Duck, a really strong 3-star monster at 1700, which is why I run it. And we have pretty much the ideal board that we're looking for with this deck. Dragon Zombie is going to swing into this face down here. If it's the Command Knight, we're in trouble, but it's the Gearfried. Okay, so Sonic Duck will actually be able to beat over that. He's got Forceful Checkpoint, but I do not have any monster in my hand. So Forceful Checkpoint was actually a waste there. That attack is still going to go through because I have no monster, and this is going to be 17 to the face if he doesn't have a response here. That is actually going to go through, so knocking Tetra down to 2300, and Tetra going to draw only 2 cards in hand with 1 back row, so my board presence is really strong here. This is what I'm trying to get done with the Enchanting Fitting Room here. And it looks like he's typing here. What is his next play? It really depends on what that face down is and what he top decked. And he says he was gonna actually lose, but he top decked Parasite. So this deck, one of the beauties of this deck is that it really seems like no matter what you're playing, you have a chance to completely rush down your opponent you guys can kind of figure out that these are the decks I like here. Completely rush down the opponent. So he Dust Tornadoes my Dust Tornado for good measure. But yeah, that back row wouldn't have saved him for my next turn. So if all he had was like a Man-Eater bug and he set, I could have just kept running away with it. But he top decked the Parasite. So he's going to be able to equip it to a Sonic Duck, activate the Cocoon of Ultra Evolution to get Moth out, and then all of a sudden there it is. Oh no! And the second Moth in hand, what are the odds of that happening? What are the odds of that? The last card in his hand was another Moth. I was going to say, if he got one Moth out, then maybe I could Aura to charge that Moth and get rid of the Dragon Zombie and still have Sonic Duck as a force of nature. But 2 Moths, any normal summon a Man-Eater bug because whatever. What are the odds? Yeah. So this completely got turned around on me, but Enchanting Fitting Room almost completely overwhelming him in the beginning because he did not have the right cards in his hand to start. So him going into battle phase, yeah, he's going to be able to blow right over the Sonic Duck and the Dragon Zombie here and then poke at me with Man-Eater Bug. I do have the Bug Spray, but he is actually going to take the game here. He has the battle damage, overpowering Duck and Dragon Zombie. Now, I should have probably set the Aura to charge, but I didn't want to because I was trying to play around magic removal. And we did see that he had a Dust Tornado there, so it was kind of iffy if Aura to charge was going to get targeted by his Dust Tornado, and then, and plus he has 2 Moths. So my Aura to charge would have been able to take away 1 Moth, but that's just way too strong. Although next turn I would have had the Bug Spray, which would have given me a fresh start. We would have come down to the top decks. So guys, does Enchanting Fitting Room beat Moth? No, but maybe. Maybe. The hard part is that it's only one match, so we can't know for sure. But as we saw there, if Tetra didn't top deck Parasite, he had a Moth in hand and he would have just bricked and he would have allowed me to keep beating him down. I got him down to 23 with a swing from Sonic Duck, but I could not get any further. So yeah, that's going to do it for this game here. I think I'm going to admit defeat here because that battle damage is it for me. But if you guys like this, please feel free to hit the like button and of course subscribe for more. I plan on doing just a few more of these while we wait for the new structure decks. It's just something to kind of fill the time here. But I hope you guys are enjoying it. I'm enjoying doing these for you, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.